Shabbat Shalom.
I'm so grateful to be together this beautiful summer evening. It's finally not ridiculously hot outside. It's only mostly hot outside. Well, as many of you are aware, I am a huge Yankee fan. I know, don't hold it against me. See, there it goes. Split right down the middle, right down the middle. Everyone's got an opinion. Well, our season got off to a strong start. But the last couple of weeks has kind of been a decline. It's been rough to watch. The team's been driving the struggle bus, if you will, including this most recent series against the Mets, which we just got pummeled, and it was embarrassing. But throughout the coverage of this series of unfortunate events, the commentators keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. The Yankees really need the All-Star break. If you're not familiar, in mid-July, the MLB takes a break from its regular schedule in anticipation of the All-Star game and the events that surround it. And even for the players who participate in the game, or home run derby, or whatever it might be, it's still a moment of respite from the grueling regular season schedule. A moment to take a breath, to rest, to reset. It's the fulcrum of the season, a moment to look back at how things have been and strategize for the rest of the season. And it's kind of where we are in our summer as well. It's really hard to believe that July 4th is next week. So much of summer has come and gone, and yet there's still this nice long stretch in front of us. And the question we have before us now is, what do we want to do with that time? What tweaks to our proverbial pitching staff do we want to make? What adjustments? Do we want to spend more time with the family, on vacation? Do we want to work on a project around the house that we've been meaning to get to? Or maybe we just want to be more intentional about embracing those extra hours of sunlight, the slower pace of the days, the opportunity to rest, recover, and replenish. Before we begin Shabbat, the day in our week that functions like the All-Star break, we take a moment to ensure that there are no strangers in our midst. We'll first turn to our cameras and wish all who are joining us online a Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And I'll invite you to turn to someone that you did not come here with and wish them a Shabbat Shalom and introduce yourself. We will welcome Shabbat by lighting our candles and reciting Kiddush. And I'm thrilled to invite Amy Hecht and Claudia Rebus, who are celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary, as well as their family, Tzvi, Roxanne, and Lila, to help us with candles and Kiddush.
V'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
And we sanctify the day with the words of Kiddush. Speak. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Arei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon chinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher letziyat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim ve'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Yasher koach. So come face me. I promise. I won't. I'll be very nice. I promise. Okay. Claudia and Amy, we are here to honor the two of you on your 25th wedding anniversary. To bless the journey you have been on, the home and the family that you have so lovingly built, and to offer you blessings for the next 25 years and beyond. The moment the two of you connected in 1999, you knew you had found your person. An online counter led to a dinner at a Thai restaurant, and the start of a conversation that is yet to be finished. Very on brand for two psychotherapists. In Jewish tradition, we read and reread the Torah over and over and over again. But it's more than just reading. It's a conversation that we have with our text. It's a dynamic text whose meaning and relevance changes as we change, as the world changes. We are in this ongoing conversation because there is always more to say. There is always more to learn. I love that over the course of 25 years, you are still engaged in that conversation that started in 1999. That is one sign of many that this relationship is sacred. Like the Torah, you keep the discussion going, learning more about each other, about yourselves, and about the world around you. Turn it, for everything is in it, Rabbi Ben Bagbag teaches. The same is true of your partnership. In that time, you've also been generous in sharing that holiness, that love and understanding and safety and compassion as you have built a beautiful family. Lila, Roxanne, Steve, Victoria, and her partner Jamie, Arthur and his wife Rebecca, and of course your grandson Tiago. Not to mention the loving home you created for innumerable dogs and cats. You created this sacred space together and then made the courageous decision to share it, to open the walls of your home and to welcome so many in. Makor HaChaim, source of life. Makor Shel Tikva, source of hope. bless Claudia and Amy with many, many more years together. Bless them first and foremost with good health. May they enjoy weekends at the lake, precious time with family, great video games and F1 racing. Bless them with safe and exciting travels around the world. May the conversation they began all those years ago not only continue, but become even deeper, even more fruitful and meaningful as the years go by. We are so thrilled to say Mazel Tov in this holy moment, and we hope you celebrate with as much love, devotion, and generosity as you give back out to the world. And together we say, Amen.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
As we celebrate the big milestones, we also love to celebrate the small ones, and also maybe if you have some big ones too, as a congregation. So if there is a joy or something wonderful that has happened to you recently or that is upcoming very soon, I invite you to raise your hand so we can celebrate as one congregation. Yes, Peterson. You're going to Myrtle Beach on Monday? You went on Monday. Nice. Did you guys have fun? Yes. You thought about it for a second, but good. Yeah. Week 1 of a new job. Mazel tov. Very exciting. Wow. Double whammy. Your grandson is engaged and his fiance got into medical school. Very impressive. That's Jewish grandmother's dream right there. Absolutely. Yeah, Christy. Your mom is recovering well from back surgery. Wishing her refuah shlema. Yeah, Dan. Your mom is here, all the way from that foreign land called Florida. Yes. Well, we're so happy to have you here, Dan. Wow, wonderful. So your daughter got married and your son got a job with the grandson and you're with the Brooklyn DA's office. Very exciting. Mazel tov. Yeah, Phyllis. Oh, behind me. Oh, yes. Okay. Moving down this way. Behind. Yes, Johanna. You got a new hip. Uh-huh. Very exciting. And you are here and ready to dance and move. We're so excited. Well, for all of the joys, big and small, that we enjoy in our daily lives, we offer the words of Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Celebrate the joy and love of Shabbat by welcoming the Sabbath bride, the words of Lecha Zodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela shamor v'zachor b'dibur לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Who is like you, O God? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. On this Shabbat, before the 4th of July, we offer gratitude for the blessings of freedom. Pray for the strength to continue in our efforts to ensure that those freedoms expand and not diminish, and that those freedoms extend to every human being.
בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי, ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Since we started with baseball, we're going to continue a little bit. You're going to have to stick with me here, but we're going to get somewhere, I promise. So in other baseball news, on Wednesday, a line drive foul ball sliced into the Dodgers dugout. Javier Herrera, a man who I imagine none of you have heard of because he is one of the bat boys for the Dodgers, reached out and completely nonchalantly just snapped it with his bare hand. okay? And then, without thinking, just turned and handed it over to a fan. Now, it was impressive, for sure, but it was headline worthy because he happened to be standing directly in front of the $700 million man himself, Shohei Ohtani. If you don't know who Shohei Ohtani, multi-talented baseball player on the Dodgers. The video is incredible. I encourage you to go and find it because you see Ohtani, the $700 million baseball player, flinch, do what I would have done, which is this, right? But this bat boy just reaches out of his hand and snags it. He's completely calm. And he saved Ohtani from being hit in the face, possibly ending his season. And what struck me about it is, what if this is how we all functioned? Not that any of us, maybe some of you, but I certainly don't have that kind of eye-hand coordination. But, I mean, what if we took that protection of those around us seriously? If we truly embodied the idea of being responsible for the physical and emotional protection of those around us. So often when we offer the Hashkivenu prayer, we talk about how we're asking God to protect us, to be that shelter of peace. But what if we took it upon ourselves not only to pray for, but to be that shelter of peace for someone else? To be that comfort and safety for every person in our lives. For everyone from the bat boy to the all-star and everyone in between.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. 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 V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Shabbat Lidorotam Berit Olam Lidorotam Berit Olam Lidorotam Berit Olam. Yeah, la 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 la, yeah 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 la 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 la. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rab Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Nofelim Berofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Baal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'neman atah lachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. We take a few moments for personal prayer and meditation.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Baruch atah Adonai Hamevarech et Amo Yisrael Bashalom.
We offer a prayer of shalom, of peace and wholeness for all those in Israel. Please join me. Makor HaChaim, source of life. Makor Shel Tikva, source of hope. We gather together with faith and hope to pray for peace and for the safety of the people of Israel. Protect us in our time of need. Soften our hearts against indifference. Open our eyes to the humanity in all. Guide our thoughts toward compassion. Bring healing to the wounded, strength to the mourners, courage to those facing adversity, wisdom to the leaders, and ensure the safe return of those unjustly held. Fill the world with your light, O God, and spread over us the shelter of your peace. Amen. We now share on our screens the names of individuals in our community or connected in our community who are in need of healing physically, emotionally, or spiritually. If there is someone you are thinking of that you would like to offer a Misha Berach for, I invite you to share their name as I look around the congregation. There was a decorated general with a heart of gold that likened him to all the stories he told of past battles won and lost, and legends of old, a seasoned veteran in his own time. On the battlefield, he gained respectful fame, with many medals of bravery and stripes to his name. He grew a beard as soon as he could to cover the scars on his face, and always urged his men on. But on the eve of great battle, with the infantry in dream, the old general tossed in his sleep and wrestled with its meaning. He awoke from the night to tell what he had seen and walked slowly out of his tent. While the men held tall, with their chests in the air, with a courage in their blood and a fire in their stare, and it was a gray morning, and they wondered how they would fare, till the old general told them to go home. He said, "I have seen the others, and I have discovered that this fight is not worth fighting. And I've seen their mothers, and I will no other to follow me where I'm going. So take a shower, shine your shoes. You got no time to lose. You are young men, you must be living. Take your shower, shine your shoes. You got no time to lose. You are young man, you must be living. Go now, you are forgiven." Okay, not bad, not bad. Thank you. I was hoping for a few more indie 90s darlings in the crowd, but that's all right. Thank you for those who sang along. For those of you who have no idea what just happened, that is The General. It's the most well-known song by a band called Dispatch. Sound familiar from your late 90s, early 2000s indie rock stage? And every single year, this is a dream of mine, by the way, every single year when I read this week's Torah portion, Shlach Lecha, this song haunts my dreams. It just pops into my head. Okay, what does this song have anything to do with our Torah portion? In this week's Torah portion, God sends 12 spies, a chieftain from each of the tribes, to scout the land of Israel and report back. They return 40 days later with a bunch of grapes so large it takes 2 people to carry them. But 10 of the 12 scouts bring devastating news. Yes, they confirm, the land is flowing with milk and honey, but the cities were fortified and filled with enemy combatants. We should not even try it, they argue. Like the general from the song, they affirm, this fight is not worth fighting. You are young men, you must be living. If we enter the land, they say, we will be decimated. There's no reason to risk our lives. But 2 of the scouts, Caleb and Joshua, understood their journey differently. Caleb reports, "Let us by all means go up, and we shall gain possession of it, for we surely shall overcome it." They don't deny that there are challenges, but they believe that the challenges are both worth undertaking and that the Israelites will be capable of being successful with the help of God. Now, while these 2 dissenting accounts are being presented, most of the Israelites remain silent. Overwhelmed with the contradictory analyses, or perhaps mere cowardice in not wanting to take a side one way or the other, they just don't take a stand. You can only imagine the anticipation and anxiety that the Israelites felt at the return of the scouts, the intensity of the emotions hearing these 2 accounts, their fates resting in the balance. But they don't speak up. They choose not to engage. Even weighing in on the debate itself, nonetheless, the idea of actually entering into the land and engaging in battle is beyond their ability to confront head on. So, they keep their mouths shut. But then the community breaks out into loud cries and begs to return to Egypt, asking God why they have been on this journey if it's only going to end in ruin. God, as you can imagine, is furious about the Israelites' reaction. Moses and Aaron intercede on the Israelites' behalf to prevent God from striking them down right there, pushing God to a slightly gentler punishment, that they will not reach the land, the promised land, that they will die before they get there. Now, this is not the first time in the Torah that the Israelites beg to return to Egypt. It's actually a fairly frequent occurrence. The fear of what might lie ahead, the fear of the unknown, is so overwhelming that they prefer to return to bondage, to the land of oppression, than to have faith in God and trust that they are on a sacred path. And in their defense, it is an incredibly human response to want to avoid confronting difficult and scary things. They were overwhelmed, so they returned to their comfort zone. They turned around to avoid the possibility of failure, pain, and struggle. The task seemed insurmountable, so why even try? This fight is not worth fighting, they said. Nowadays, most of us feel this way on a daily basis. When we consume the news, or worse yet, doom scroll through social media, we get an intimate look at the myriad catastrophes, bigotries, atrocities, injustices, and violence that plague our world. It's in our faces. It's so hard to look away. But not necessarily in a way that inspires us to action, but rather to resignation. To attempt to fix even one of the problems that we encounter seems impossible. Nonetheless, all of them. We give up because it feels like we can't possibly solve all these challenges, so we decide instead to consume but not to act. We listen and we watch, but we don't speak up. We find ways to avoid uncomfortable feelings and to soothe ourselves. We make ourselves numb to cope. We have become paralyzed by the mounting task ahead of us. When we allow ourselves to calcify in this way, we de facto choose the path of inaction and silence. We let the world wash over us. We enslave ourselves to our fears when we beg to return to Egypt. For another musical reference, Noah Kahn, one of my favorite artists, captures this sentiment profoundly in his song Sideways. It is better to die numb than to feel it all, he sings. It is better to die numb than to feel it all. It's a devastating statement, but one that rings true. With our lives and the world and the state that it's in, we do need coping mechanisms. And ignoring ourselves, numbing ourselves, is one way to deal with the stresses of contemporary human existence. At the end of the day, Lord knows there are worse ways to stay alive, Noah Kahn offers. Ways to stay alive. Yes, numbing ourselves is a way to stay alive, but it's not necessarily a way to live. It's not a way to thrive. It's not a way to create the world that we wish to see. And yes, we need to take breaks from the news, from social media. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to still find joy in our daily life, in the flowers blooming, in time with friends and family, in a delicious meal or a fabulous concert. But we can't turn away. We can't remain silent when we witness injustice. Our rabbis assert, shtika kehodaya, silence is assent. The path ahead might be exhausting and challenging, but we have an obligation to continue onward, to keep fighting this fight to create a better world, to create a world of peace and equity. The fight until we have all reached the promised land. We still need to march into battle, because this fight is a fight worth fighting. Shabbat Shalom. We return to our service with the words of Aleinu L'Shabeach. Please rise.
Aleinu L'Shabeach La'adon HaKol La'tet Gedula Liyoser Bereshit Shelo asanu kegoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu koreim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech, Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai, Lemelech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad.
Seated. We call to mind those who have passed from this earth, but whose impact has shaped us into the people that we are, reminding us that as long as we remember them, our loved ones live on through our eyes, in our memory and in our actions. As I share the name of loved ones, members of our community on this Shabbat, I invite you to please rise when you hear the name of your loved one, so we might recognize and support all who are in mourning. Our congregation mourns the loss of Barry Gilberg and Ethel Tager. In the period of Shloshim, in the first 30 days since their passing, we remember Peggy Ann DeLand, Susan Friedman, Heather Kahn-Hendel, Jill Newman, Eileen Schwartz, Flora Schwartz, Ruth Sherry, and Avraham Avi Warshenbrot. Marking a yahrzeit, an anniversary since their passing, we remember Philip Abel, Jack Bain, Gerald Boyers, Elsie Dobkin-Brodsky, Marlene Ecker, Manny Feinstein, Samuel Friedman, Nettie Friedman, Lillian Gilbert, Ann Gordon, Sidney Grossman, Michael Haggerty, William Francis Haggerty, Irving Hendler, Hermine Hertzfeld, Max Hickman, David Horowitz, Shirley Kamenetz, Stephen Kaufman, Terrence Kendrick, Joe Krasner, Miriam J. Kubanoff, Eva Lerner, Oliver Littman, Ralph Rettig, Nancy Rychek, Samuel Rosen, Ida Rosen, Marty Saverick, William Schwartz, Rose Schwartz, Henry Silverman, Gloria Sitzman, Andrew Otto Wilson Sr., Caroline Yaffe, Alan Zachary, and Hyman Zeidman. Invite everyone to please rise as we offer the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit gadash mei rabba, v'alma zibrach rote v'amlich malchute, v'chaye chon u'vyom echon, u'v'chaye t'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'olam almei almaya, Yitz barach, v'yitz shabach, v'yitz ba'ar, v'yitz romam, v'yitz naseh, v'yitz adar, v'yitz alem, v'yitz alal, shmei t'kudsha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, ta'miran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. O say shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen.
O say shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen.
honor to invite our esteemed past president, Ben Benson, to offer announcements. Our longest serving past president.
Shabbat Shalom. On behalf of the board, welcome to our congregants and our guests. It's great to see Cantor Mary and Rabbi Emeritus Schindler here tonight. A few announcements. Thursday, July 11th at 7 p.m., our new TBE Jam is having an event at the Charlotte Knights game. Young adults are invited to join us as the Charlotte Knights take on the Durham Bulls. Not quite the Yankees, but still a good game. For just $15, enjoy the game in great company. Please register by July 1st. Friday, July 12th, 2 weeks from now at 6 p.m., we have a welcome Shabbat and picnic with Cantor Rodnitsky. Mark your calendars for a special Shabbat as we introduce Cantor Rodnitsky and student Rabbi Deborah Bell to our TBE family. Join us for services at 6 p.m., followed by a laid-back cookout. It's the perfect chance to mingle and enjoy good food. Registration is live on the website now. And you'll want to not miss our Wild Acres retreat. It's our annual retreat around Labor Day. This year it's from Friday, August 30th to Monday, September 2nd in the Blue Ridge Mountains, which will be much cooler than Charlotte. Unwind, connect, and enjoy a peaceful weekend filled with community activities. Space is limited, so please register by Friday, August 9th. You can find more details about all these events and more on our website. Let's all wish for a Yankees-Cardinals World Series this year, and Shabbat Shalom.
That would be a miracle, but I also don't know if my marriage would survive it, but alas. We're going to close with the words of Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom, Bimromav, Huya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imiru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, Bimromav, Huya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imiru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, Bimromav, Huya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imiru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, Bimromav, Huya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imiru, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.